Well, one of Myanmar's biggest celebrities has been arrested by the military authorities after condemning the overthrow of the elected government in February. Paing Takhon is a 24-year-old actor and model, and he was detained in a dawn raid. Well, let's speak now to our correspondent Laura Bicker, who is in neighbouring Thailand for us. Laura, Mr Takhon has got large followings both in Thailand and Myanmar. How shocked are people where you are?
Well, I think when it comes to his detention, he was detained in the early hours of the morning. It was confirmed by his sister in a social media post. Remember, he has over 1 million fans on kind of Instagram and Facebook. And just a few weeks ago on his social media posts, he had called for a return to democracy. He had criticised the military regime and he'd urged world leaders to intervene. Here we are in the early hours of the morning now, seeing him detained. So I think what we'll see over the coming hours as this gets released is it more shock. But he's not just, when it comes to celebrities, he's only one of hundreds. Arrest warrants have been issued for over 100, we understand, journalists, celebrities, influencers, anybody who has criticised the military on social media. And in fact, earlier this week, one of Myanmar's leading satirists and comedians was also taken into custody. So we're looking at a number of people, anyone who speaks out, just as you've seen in London, anyone who speaks out is being silenced in being arrested. And when it comes to the number of people now detained, we're looking at over 2,800 people have been detained by the military regime. And then those pro-democracy protests are continuing despite the dangers of not only detention but being injured and worse. Yesterday alone at pro-democracy protests, 15 people were killed by the military, according to advocacy groups within the country.
I was going to ask you about this. I mean, this growing web and spread of Myanmar across the globe, here in London, for fans in Thailand where you are too. What impact do you think it will have on the movement, the movement against the military here? I mean, do you think the protests will only expand and grow in fever?
They've shown remarkable resilience so far. Remember, the military has pointed their guns at the people on the streets of Myanmar for over 2 months now, and still they keep coming. Still they are taking to the streets on a daily basis. And when it comes to the pro-democracy protesters, they say they will continue no matter what. So far they've shown remarkable resiliency. They're showing no signs of giving up. Right now within Myanmar, there's a kind of internet blackout which started over a week ago. It's very difficult for protesters to contact one another, this kind of civil movement to contact one another and organise these demonstrations. But they are showing kind of ways around it. They've used flower protests, they use an Easter egg protest. They've been putting shoes out on the streets. They've had garbage protests where they've put rubbish out onto the streets. They are trying very hard, not just to show people within Myanmar that they will continue to fight this military regime, but they're also trying very hard to reach people outside of Myanmar, however they can, on social media posts to try to ask for help from the international community.
Laura Bicker in Bangkok, thank you.